Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to tonight's session. This is PLC Africa Volunteers Onboarding Session, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to tonight's session. Just as the name implies, Volunteers Onboarding Session, the essence of this meeting tonight is to welcome new members to the community. While it may not be known to everyone, but there was a need to call for volunteers, especially for our Ilorin branch. So it occurred to me that most of our volunteers in Ilorin right now are either in their finals, or they are graduating, or they have graduated rather. So we need more hands to carry on the work that we are doing. So with the help of one of our amazing members in Ilorin, so we were able to put out a link to gather new people. And by the grace of God, within 24 hours, we got over 50 people in the group chat, and it's so amazing. So for that reason is why we are here tonight, to officially welcome our new members, and most importantly, to share what exactly is this organization about, what exactly do we stand for, what exactly do we do, and also to remind ourselves that existing members, right? As I was preparing for this meeting tonight, I realized that as I was putting all the materials together, it also reminded me of what the vision is, what exactly are we doing, and what's our focus, like strengthened my convictions once again when I was putting this together. So that's why I also decided to share on the general community, such that not only for new volunteers, even for us who are existing members, we have to constantly remind ourselves of our why. We have to constantly remind ourselves of our vision, our purpose, our mission. Why are we even doing all of this? What's the mission? What are we trying to achieve? And that is what we are here to discuss tonight. Once again, you are welcome. You're welcome, Deborah. You're welcome, Lydia. You're welcome, Oluwafikun Ayomi. And we hope that other people are going to join us soon. But regardless of the number tonight, we are still going to proceed anyway. We won't be wasting our time at all. So I'm going to share my screen now, and then we'll move from there. All right. So once again, you're welcome to PLC Africa Volunteers Onboarding. My name is Mary Fadare, and I'm the founder of PLC Africa. And I'm so excited to welcome you specially to this volunteers onboarding session. And so what are we going to be discussing tonight? Number one, what is PLC Africa? Number two, the journey so far, because I believe that it's important that we know what our trajectory has been so far. I believe in the power of stories. Stories are so important. And also it reminds us of where we are coming from and where we are going to. And it also helps us to celebrate our wins and our achievements so far. So tonight we'll be looking at the journey so far. And then number three, our mission and SDGs. What exactly are we here for? What are the goals we are trying to achieve? Number four, events and projects. What events and projects can you expect to see us embark on as we journey together? Number five, what's in it for you? That's one important question that you must always ask when you are joining any organization or any initiative. Even if it's a non-profit, you should still be able to see yourself in that vision. You should still be able to see how it applies to you. Have your own personal motivation that drives you to do what you do. So we look at what's in it for you. And then finally, how to be an effective member or volunteer. Yes, we've put out the call. Yes, you have responded. For some people, maybe out of excitement or I just want to belong to something, right? But how do you go from that initial excitement to becoming an effective member and volunteer? So these are the things we are going to be looking at tonight. Okay, so first of all, what is PLC Africa? PLC Africa stands for Phenomenal Ladies Circle Africa. The name used to be Phenomenal Ladies Connect Africa, but when we wanted to register the organization, we had to tweak the name a little bit because the original name was not available. So PLC Africa stands for Phenomenal Ladies Circle Africa. And that in itself should give you a sense of belonging, that you are in a community of phenomenal ladies. And when we talk about phenomenal, the word phenomenal means to be excellent. It means to be outstanding amongst your peers. It means to stand out, to be iconic. That is what it means to be phenomenal. And we are a non-profit organization established in 2019, November 16th precisely, and have since then organized several events, awareness campaigns, and projects dedicated to lending our voice to women's rights, empowering young girls, digital skills training, and much more. So simply put, we are all about the girl child. We are all about enhancing women's lives, everything that has to do with lending our voice to empower women, to enlighten them, to educate young girls. That is what this organization is all about. Okay, so what has been our journey so far? Like I said earlier, it's important that we talk about this so that we know where we are coming from. I think one of our problems in Nigeria today is that most of us young people, we don't know the history. We don't know what has happened in the past. So it clouds our judgments now, and it kind of like affects our sense of patriotism, even as citizens of the country. So as a member of PLC Africa, there is a sense of pride that it gives you when you know what has been done so far. And then it also fuels your passion to do more, because personally, that's how I see it. For example, in 2022, we were able to reach out to 60 girls in Osogbo. By 2023, we were able to push it a notch higher to 100 girls, because we know what we have achieved in the previous year. And that gave us that drive, that confidence that we can push for more in the following year. So that's exactly the power in your story. Even in your personal life, knowing your track record, the challenges that you've been able to conquer, empowers you to do more, empowers you to take on bigger roles, bigger responsibilities. Okay, so first on this is 2019, which is Business and Coffee, and it was a breakfast business meeting for female entrepreneurs in Ile-Ife. So we had this event. It was a breakfast meeting where we gathered female entrepreneurs, student entrepreneurs actually in Obafemi Awolowo University, to come and share their story, share their journey, their challenges. How do they do it to achieve results, balance school with business, and still be able to excel? So like I said also, the power in people's stories and even in your own personal story. So that's what Business and Coffee was about. And we had over 60 ladies in attendance for the very first event we organized. And then moving on to 2020, we had our first year anniversary, Exceptional Living for Global Impact. So this one was an hybrid conference to celebrate our first year anniversary. Of course, COVID was on, and the whole world was on lockdown, so we couldn't have like a big physical meeting. However, we were able to hold a small gathering physically and then live stream the event for other people to join. And we had about 2 speakers. We had Oluwade Tutu, she's a life coach, and then we also had Kemi Olawoye. Kemi Olawoye is doing a fantastic work in the health and tech industry right now, helping pregnant women through their journey of pregnancy. And they came and they shared again their story. They shared with us principles for exceptional living for global impact. Even from the topic, you will see that it still aligns with being phenomenal. That has always been our goal. So not just about the impact work that we aim to do. We want to see that seed of excellence in each of us, that as you are going out as a member of PLC Africa to impact lives, to volunteer for projects, that you have that consciousness within you that I am phenomenal, I am meant to be exceptional. Whether you're a woman in business, you're a woman in politics, you're a woman in career, whatever it is that you do, you carry that seed of excellence inside of you, and that you spread it to the world around you, that your work is exceptional, is iconic, it is phenomenal. So that is what our event in 2020 was all about. And then moving on to 2022, we had the International Women's Day, Break the Bias, where we speak up against all the challenges, all the bias that women face, gender inequality, and all of that. So moving on, we also had our groundbreaking event, International Day of the Girl Child. I call it groundbreaking because this is the event that puts us on the limelight, so to speak, that puts us on the radar for so many people to now know about PLC Africa. So for IDGC 2022, Girl of the Future, this is where we gathered girls from different secondary schools in Osun State with the goal of helping them shape their mindsets and giving them blueprints to become forward-thinking individuals. That's why the theme was called Girl of the Future. That's beyond the present, beyond the limitations of your environment, of your background, of your financial status, that you are able to think forward and become a visionary, that you are able to think forward and know the power of the potential that lies within you as a girl child. And then moving on to another edition of IDGC 2023, where we now took the impact journey to Ibadan, and we organized an entrepreneurship and digital skills training for 100 secondary school girls in Ibadan, Oyo State. And then moving on to IDGC 2024, like I said, you can see the progression from 2022 to 2023 to 2024. Now in 2024, we are able to spread our impact beyond just one location, where we are now able to have 5 projects running concurrently. That's an applaudable one, actually. And I look forward to seeing us do more in this year's edition of IDGC. So last year we had a girl in Ilorin, where we educated young secondary school girls about menstrual health, menstrual hygiene, with donation of sanitary pads. We also had digital skills training in Osogbo, focusing majorly on social media management and Canva design. And then in Ibadan, we had a financial literacy education or awareness program for girls. In Ile-Ife, we had mental health awareness. And then in Lagos, we visited an orphanage home. So this summarizes our impact journey so far as an organization. So now, what exactly do we stand for? This one, I expect every member of PLC Africa to have memorized this by now. If you have not, this is your reminder to go and memorize it, because it will give you a sense of purpose. And when purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. But when we know the purpose, the why, the driving force behind this organization, it will push us to do more. So what is our mission? Our mission is to bridge opportunity gaps for ladies in Africa through initiatives that educate, enlighten, and empower them. So what we aim to do is to close the gap. When we say opportunity gaps simply means that the barriers that is keeping opportunities away from people, For example, let's say it's a job opportunity. What can be the barrier? The barrier can be that, oh, the woman is not qualified enough to apply for the role. What can be another opportunity gap? It can be educational background. What can be another opportunity gap? It can be a health challenge. What can be another opportunity gap? It can be financial constraints. So when we say we are bridging opportunity gaps, it simply means that these things that causes a gap between women and the opportunities that they deserve, the opportunities that we are advocating for them to get. When we are able to bridge this gap, then we can see them accessing better opportunities, better education, better healthcare, better opportunities, better pay in their workplaces. So I need us to understand that statement, bridge opportunity gap. So these are the women, these are the opportunities that they are aiming for. So this space in between are those things that stand as barriers, those things that stand as challenges, those things that stand as obstacles from them getting those opportunities. That is what we aim to bridge. For example, when we are organizing a digital skills training, we are saying that tomorrow when an opportunity opens up for maybe a role in a tech company, that these people that we have now empowered with these skills are able to be qualified to meet the criteria of getting the job. We are saying that when a leadership opportunity opens up, these girls that we have trained to become visionary leaders, they are confident in themselves and they are empowered enough to apply for those roles and to demonstrate exemplary leadership. So that is what we mean by bridging opportunity gaps. We are saying that this is our target audience. These are the opportunities that they are looking forward to. Now, these barriers that are standing in their way, we want to be that catalyst that would remove those things from their path and then help them access better opportunities. And how do we do this? We do this through initiatives that educate, enlighten, and empower them. One thing I would always emphasize is the power of the mind. Is the power of the mind. That's why we start with educating and enlightenment. I can tell you for free that there are opportunities that are available to so many people right now, but especially women, but they hold themselves back because of the mindset, the thinking, because they feel like, oh, I'm not qualified for this, or I'm not good enough for this, or I don't think I will get it even if I apply. They just sort of exclude themselves from opportunities. So that is why it's important that we emphasize on the education and the enlightenment of the mind. So we do these through initiatives that educate, enlighten, and then empower them to get those opportunities, empower them to access those opportunities. So that is our mission. That is what we stand for. That is what we are aiming for at PLC Africa, to bridge opportunity gaps for ladies in Africa through initiatives, through programs, through trainings, whatever it's called, through initiatives that we educate, enlighten, and empower these women. All right. I hope you can hear me clearly, and I hope that you are following so far. You can drop a comment in the chat box to let me know that we are together before I continue. Are we together? All right. Let me see. Yes, we are together. Awesome. So moving on to our SDGs. Like I said, our journey at PLC Africa has been a progressive one. So we started out with a business and entrepreneurship program. And then we moved on to empowering the girl child. So over time, there came a time when we needed to seek clarity on our goals. And that led us to defining our SDGs. SDGs means Sustainable Development Goals. And what are the Sustainable Development? There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals in total, and our focus at PLC Africa is on SDG 3, 4, and 5. Please excuse me. All right, sorry about that. So, like I said, our focus is on SDG 3, 4, and 5. SDGs are goals that nations gather together to decide that for our planet to work, to make the world a better place, what are the things that we need to work on, such as eradicating poverty, clean water, climate response, and all of those things. But for us at PLC Africa, our focus are on 3 things. Number 1 is SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. Why is this essential? It's because we are saying that we want to bridge opportunity gaps for ladies. But the truth of the matter is that you cannot be gunning for opportunities when you are not at optimal health status. Somebody that is on the sick bed in the hospital, for example, cannot be thinking of, oh, I want to apply for this role, or I want to expand my business, I want to apply for this grant. Do you understand? So that is why it's important that we advocate and we contribute our quota to good health and well-being for women and girls. And this cuts across various areas of wealth, anything that has to do with wealth. And health is not just about the physical health, it's not just about the physical well-being. We are talking about the holistic health of a woman, both her body, her soul, her mind, her mental health, emotional well-being. These are the these are the areas that we focus on under good health and well-being. We are saying that we want our women to have emotional stability. We want them to be healthy. We want them to be free from all these killer diseases, breast cancer, cervical cancer, and all of those things. So our focus, number 1, is good health and well-being. And then number 2 is quality education. Quality education, SDG 4. Now, quality education, just like good health and well-being, we are taking a holistic approach. That is, we are not just looking at it from the physical standpoint. We are looking at the mental health. We are looking at emotional health. So also when it comes to quality education, we are not just talking about education within the 4 walls of the classroom. Okay, we are talking about education of the mind, mindset, confidence. We're talking about good self-esteem. We're talking about education in terms of skills, entrepreneurial skills, financial skills, digital skills, things that equip them for the future world that we are currently evolving into. So when we are talking about quality education, this is where all our entrepreneurship programs fall under this, our digital skills program fall under this, because they are all various forms of education. Okay, and then finally, we stand for gender equality, because all of these efforts will be a waste if we don't create systems that allow women thrive, if we don't create systems that recognizes women's health and creates a balance where women get access to leadership opportunities, they get access to share their voice, they are able to make an impact, they are able to share their gifts with the world. So these are our 3 focus at PLC Africa. First is good health and well-being. Number 2 is quality education. And then finally, we have gender equality. All right. So now, this is just an overview of our events and projects. So our events and projects, we have International Women's Day. This is celebrated worldwide on the 8th of March. And then secondly, we have International Day of the Girl Child. International Day of the Girl Child is on 11th of October, and just like I showed us in previous slides, that we have celebrated IDGC in Osogbo, in Ibadan, Ile-Ife, Ilorin, and all of that. So this is like our flagship event. Every year we hold IDGC. Very soon we would deliberate on what to do this year and also make provision for the project. All right, so we have IDGC in October. Then we also have Volunteers Hangout. Once again, very soon we will make arrangements. Volunteers Hangout is a medium for us to meet physically as volunteers. So volunteers in Ilorin can gather together and meet and discuss, okay, as a group, what can we do to impact our immediate environment aside from these general projects that we hold together. So people in Osogbo can gather and say, okay, let's look around, what can we do in Osogbo? Or even within ourselves, how can we help each other? How can we collaborate? Oh, Lydia has an event coming up. How can we gather together to support her? Oh, Pikayomi has a project coming up. How can we put efforts together to help her achieve it? Or this person is launching this business. How can we support it? So the essence of volunteers is for us to create that team bond that allows us achieve great things together. Then we have the Ilera project. This is the newest of our initiatives in accordance with SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. However, we experienced some setbacks last month that prevented us from being able to launch. However, very soon, by God's grace, we'll put out information on that. But the Ilera project, just as the word Ilera, is our health outreach initiatives, so that we can able to reach out to women regarding their health. All right, then we also have our anniversary. Our anniversary is on 16th of November every year. And then finally, we have online webinars. This is our monthly webinar where we bring guests to come and educate us on various topics every month. Very soon, the webinar for this month would also be announced on the community. So this is an overview of our annual calendar of events and projects. Okay, now before I move on to this, we are almost running out of time because we only have 40 minutes for this version of Zoom. So I don't know, if we run out of time, what I'll just do is restart the meeting and then drop the link on the group. So please, let's take note of that. In case the meeting ends, I'll restart it and then you can join with the new link. Hope you get that. Did we get that? We have about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, great. We have about 5 minutes left. So the meeting will end by 8:40. Once it ends, I'm just going to create a new one and then we'll continue. We are almost done actually. I'm almost getting to the end of my slides. All right, let's continue. So what is in it for you? So far, I've talked about our journey, our projects, our events, and all of that. But you as a person, what is your expectation in all of this? And like I said earlier, it's important that you create an expectation. It's important that you know why you are here, know what to expect. This will fuel your passion. This will show how you commit to it. It will show how you give yourself to it. The difference between people who are seemingly more committed and people who make zero impact is just the fact that they have set their hearts right. They have set their expectation right. So tonight, I'll just quickly run through what's in it for you. Number one is a platform for impact making. One of the feedback that I have gotten over the years in PLC Africa is that this gives people a platform. The truth of the matter is that all of us cannot be founders. We cannot all be CEO of an organization. So a platform, an organization like this gives you a platform to make impact, to touch lives without bearing the full responsibility on your shoulders. So you are able to volunteer, you are able to reach people, but you are not the one doing the planning, you are not the one sourcing the funding, you are not the one doing all the running around. So that is one of the advantages of volunteering like this. So it helps you to feel a purpose without bearing the logistics, so to speak. So it gives you a platform to make impact. For example, for someone like me, I have a lot of ideas in my head, but the truth of the matter is that I cannot launch everything as an organization except I want to kill myself. So the best I can do is look for someone who is already doing it and then partner with them or collaborate with them or volunteer just as you are doing. So it gives me a platform to fulfill that desire that I have in my heart, to help people, to teach people, to bless people's lives, and doing all of that without bearing the full responsibility of running the organization. So that's the first benefit of volunteering. Secondly, it gives you an opportunity to network and collaborate with other people. Trust me, we have big people in this community, people who are doing well in business, in their career, in their finances. And that's why I always encourage us to relate, participate, because if you don't, you won't know what you are missing. So when you show up, it's not just to show up and snap pictures. Have conversations, network with people. You see somebody that says, oh, I'm into this, enter their DM, ask questions. Okay, so this gives us opportunity to network and to collaborate. Okay, most of those guests that you see us bring, they are as a result of networking and collaboration. It's not like I know them from anywhere. It's just from interactions with people that we get such opportunities. So I'm saying this not just to let you know, but also to encourage you to actively seek out networking opportunities and collaboration opportunities, not just in PLC Africa alone. Any organization, any event, any platform you find yourself, don't be there passively. Seek out meaningful relationships. The person, that idea you've been struggling with, the solution can be in somebody's mouth and you are both in the same group and you never approached each other. That person that would recommend you for a job might be on the same group as you, and because you are not approaching them, you are not talking, you are missing out on those opportunities. So I want to encourage us to always be vocal, always be proactive in seeking out meaningful relationships in any platform we find ourselves. Okay, we have less than 2 minutes to go. So the next thing is personal growth and development. Personal growth and development. I see volunteering opportunities like a free internship that you don't have to apply for, because as you are taking on projects, as you are participating, subconsciously you are building yourself, you are building your exposure, you are building your experience. Maybe some people are shy, you are not used to talking in a group of people, but when we come together like this, somehow you will talk, you will be responsible for one thing or another, you will gain confidence. So this is one of the things that you enjoy being a member. You get to develop yourself. You get to develop your leadership skills. One of the things that we do in PLC Africa is that there's no boss. You know, some organization, there's Oga, there's Omoshe, there's boss and apprentice. But guess what? Here we give everybody equal access, equal opportunities. Guess what? You might be called on to be the next project leader in your location, and that would bring you up in your leadership skills. I can tell you that even personally as a founder, I probably was very clueless, to be honest. When I started this, I was probably very clueless and didn't even know what I was doing. I just had a vision in my heart. I just had an idea. But with each step, it keeps getting clearer, and then I keep learning how to do this. I've never been the founder of an NGO before. I don't think I've even worked with an NGO before. But with each step, I keep understanding, okay, this is what to do. This is how to do it. It built my leadership skills over the last 5 years. So also as a volunteer, And that is why it's important that you don't take it casually. You would miss out on the benefits if you don't make an intentional decision to get the benefit from it. So if you know that, okay, this is meant to build my leadership skills, when we call you to be a leader, you will not shy away from it. People shy away from responsibility because they think, oh, I'm doing a favor to the organization. But if you see it as a platform to build your own skills, you will not shy away from it. In fact, to build your own resume, do you know that you can put this on your CV? Applying for a job, oh, I demonstrated leadership skills in managing the projects for Phenomenal Ladies Circle Africa, International Day of the Girl Child 2024, blah, blah, blah. These are things that you can actually present when you now have paid job opportunities to apply for. So it's important that you understand the benefit so that it will drive your action. It will drive your sense of responsibility. Okay, moving forward, we have supportive community. All right, that is one of the beautiful gifts that we have in PLC Africa, that we can gather together as strangers, but because we are united with the same focus, the same vision, we just automatically become friends, watching out for each other. So you can look out for a supportive community when you're a member of PLC Africa. But like I said earlier, under networking and collaboration, if you don't make the effort to network, to collaborate, you can be in a supportive community and still not enjoy it. The Bible says that he who must have friends must first do what? Show himself friendly. So if you want to have a supportive community, who is going to create the community? It's you and I now. So if I'm not being supportive to you, there will be no supportive community. If you also are not being supportive to another person, there will be no supportive community. So this also boils down to the point that we have to collaborate, we have to network, we have to intentionally celebrate each other. When they say, oh, it's this person's birthday today, the amount of love that we all pour out is what makes the community beautiful. Even if you don't know the person, it won't cost you anything to say, oh, happy birthday, sis, we celebrate you, it's a blessed year for you, we love you. Seeing that alone, you don't know what the person might be going through, but just showing that outpouring of love makes the community a beautiful space for all of us to enjoy. All right, and then finally we have awards and recommendations. Now this is given to volunteers who showed commitment and devotion to the organization. Personally, I've written recommendations to people who have reached out to me. Recently, one of our members wanted to start a master's and they needed a letter of recommendation from any organization. Guess what? She came to me and I gave her the letter of recommendation before they could accept her application. So you can see how vital this is. So we might not be paying you money, we might not be giving you material reward, but of course we appreciate our members. So maybe on your LinkedIn profile, for example, you can put Phenomenal Ladies Circle Africa under your job experience. You can even ask me, oh, please, I need a recommendation on my profile, and I'll be glad to do that. But this is given when you have first shown yourself to be devoted and committed. You've participated in at least 1 or 2 projects. We've seen your work, we've seen your commitment, and of course we give awards for most of our physical events in the last 2 years. I believe we have given certificates of participation to all our volunteers and team leaders, just to show our token of appreciation. And like I always say, don't keep it. These things, people look out for it. It's not when they ask for job experience or they ask for experience on your CV. It's not just work experience, so to say. Volunteering like this shows them that, oh, you care about other people. It shows them that you are kind-hearted. Shows them that you care about the society at large. It just depends on how you present it. Okay, so these things, they are actually valuable in the real world. So it's not just volunteering for the sake of volunteering. You are building skills, leadership. You are building people skills. You are building communication skills. You are learning to be devoted to something that will not pay you. One of the biggest pandemics of our generation now is that we monetize everything. If it's possible to monetize friendship, some people will still monetize their friendship. So we have lost the art of doing something because we believe in it. We have lost the art of just showing up for people because we care, not because of what we expect to get from them. So when you volunteer for causes like this, you are showing that, yes, you are selfless. You are showing that you care about vulnerable people. You are showing that, okay, you can devote yourself to something even when there is no immediate reward for it, or there is no there's no monetary gain attached to it. I'm saying all of this to build in us a personal sense of purpose. I keep emphasizing this tonight. Okay, when I think about PLC Africa, I don't think about it as a founder. I think about it as a vision in my heart. I think about young girls. I think about women. I think about lives that are at stake, destinies that are at stake. That's how I think about it. I don't think about it as somebody that wants to be founder or that wants to collect awards one day. No. I do it with a personal sense of purpose, with a personal sense of devotion. And if that's the only thing we can do here tonight, then I'm okay with it. I need all of us, just as you are hearing me now, start to think about it. Lydia, why am I even here? Femi, why am I here? Emmanuel, why am I here? Like, what's my sense of purpose? What's my reason for being in this organization? Because when you do that, we won't have to drag you to show up for events. We won't have to drag you to commit to projects. We won't have to drag you to show up. So that personal sense of purpose, sense of why, sense of, okay, this is what I stand to get. This is what I stand to benefit. I'm building myself. I'm building my skills. So this is very important that we create in our hearts. So finally, how do you become an effective member or volunteer? I've mentioned some of these things. Number one, be committed to the organization's mission. And what is our mission? Our mission is to make opportunity accessible to women, girls in Africa. Our mission is that every girl gets the opportunities that she deserves. She is not being held back by her mindset. She's not being held back by lack of education. She's not being held back by lack of access to information. When we say digital skills, access to internet, is so that they are not held back. They are not. Do you know that some people still don't know how to access information on the internet? So when we give them that opportunity, it's so that their eyes can open to what is in the world out there. So be committed. Your commitment first starts from the place of understanding. And that is why I have laid that foundation, that you will understand the purpose, understand the mission, understand the why, and then make the personal decision to commit yourself to it. Make the personal decision to commit yourself to it. For example, I mentioned earlier that I don't do this as a founder. Last year for IDGC in Osogbo, that we were supposed to have a digital skills training. When they first got to the facility that we were supposed to use, they had computers, quite all right, but the computers did not have internet access. And what we want to do cannot work without internet. Okay, they said we should go and buy these Bluetooth devices that works for connectivity. We don't have enough funds within that short period. So what then do we do? Normally, if you are not driven by passion, you will just quit and say, well, we tried our best, right? But what did we do? We started to canvas for laptops. I can't count how many of my friends in Oshogbo, how many of my friends in Ife that I called, please, are you free? Is your laptop free? Can we borrow it for 3 hours on Friday? Please, are you free? Can I get laptop from you? Please, are you free? Can I get laptops? Why? Because of passion. Passion that no matter what, it just has to hold. I'm also not being paid for it. We don't have sponsors yet. Most of our funds are sourced amongst ourselves. We give our personal money for these projects. I'm saying this to show you the power of commitment, that when something is not working, you are thinking of other ways to make it work, just because you can see the bigger picture, just because you can see that maybe among these girls, there's going to be a software engineer tomorrow. Maybe among these girls, there's going to be a programmer tomorrow. Maybe somebody is going to come up with a tech solution that would solve Nigeria's electricity problem among these girls. So you understand the power of the seed that you are sowing. It may look like very little. Oh, how many hours did we use to train them? Maybe like 3 hours. But that 3 hours can be the seed that would create curiosity in the minds of those girls, that will make them say, you know what, I want to go and learn more. I want to go and find out more. And it will create that seed that will bring about greater results in the future. So you must be able to think beyond the now. You must be able to think of the ripple effect that your action creates. You must be able to think about the ripple effect of your action. And this drives your commitment. Take, for example, the Pad a Girl project. It is a known fact that most parents don't have time for their children these days. It's a known fact. I work in a school, like in the teaching environment, and we face a lot of problems that is basically a parenting problem, right? So for many of them, their mothers don't sit them down to say, oh, you know what, you are a young girl hitting puberty, and you know you're going to see your period soon. This and this and this is what you should know. So that understanding will drive your commitment. So when we say we are creating a Pad a Girl program, know that it is more than that 30 minutes that we use to address them. Is that we are preparing young girls for a phase of their life that they are about to enter into, that many of them have no idea, that they are literally clueless about. So you must always see the bigger picture in every project. You must always see the bigger picture in every project. That drives your commitment, such that when you hit a roadblock, think of another solution. When you hit another roadblock, think of another solution again. Please mute your mics. I'm getting feedback. Please mute your mics. Thank you. So you, like, when you hit one challenge, you think of another one. Okay, how else can we do it? How else can we do it? Because you are driven by commitment. Like I said, understanding that you play a pivotal role in achieving it. I've said it earlier, in PLC Africa, we don't have bosses and then apprentices under them. No, we are all responsible. Of course, we bear different levels of responsibility, but trust me, you can join today and become a project leader tomorrow. That is why your sense of responsibility is very, very important. I need all of us to have a owner's mentality. So always think of PLC Africa like it's my own, like I am the founder. Do you understand? That helps you to be more committed. Understand that you play a pivotal role in achieving it. For example, we had IDGC in 5 cities last year. It is impossible for me to be physically present in all 5. In fact, I'm so far away that I couldn't have been in all 5 cities. I wasn't even in any of them, right? So imagine that there are no committed people that we could hand over the projects to carry them out. That is why it is important that you understand your role. Understand that right now you are a team leader. Whether we give you the portfolio or not, whether we give you the title or not, you must have that personal sense of responsibility that, okay, even if we do not call you, you can say, and you notice a gap, you can say, you can just slide into one of the admin's DM. Oh, I noticed that this thing is not being done and I'm available to carry on the duty. And you know what? You are able to bridge that gap. You are able to create a solution. So understand that you play a pivotal role in achieving the mission. Without you, we cannot do it. Without you, you cannot do it. Without you, it will not get done. If you have that mindset, then it will drive you to be more committed. And then secondly, participate actively. Participate actively in meetings, in events, and other activities to learn and to contribute your skills. Another problem that we have currently now is this problem of reacting to messages. Some people will not even react at all. If you even react, we should at least be appreciating you. But it's really bad. Okay, I believe that anything that is worth doing at all is worth doing well. Personally, I don't belong to too many groups. I don't follow too many organizations because I want to be able to make an impact wherever I am. I want to be able to commit myself fully wherever I am. So I believe that if you chose by yourself to join the organization, then it doesn't make sense that we will call for meetings that you will not show up, except in cases where maybe you have very important things to do, or let's say you are just unavailable. But it should not be that consecutively, like the whole of this year, we've held about 3 webinars now, and you were not in any of the webinars. Or we call for projects in your city, and you're not there. So we are saying that to be an effective member, to not just be a part of the crowd, because guess what? There are crowds, and there are people that we know. We know ourselves when it comes to working. We know the people that are actually working. So, and I want you to become one of them, that you will choose to participate actively. To participate actively in meetings, participate in events. And when I say participate, it's not just in acknowledging messages and saying, okay, ma, yes, ma. Like I said, it's not a dictatorship. There's no Oga or my chef. No, we are all here together, united by one purpose and one mission, which is to make the world better for girls and women. So when you see us deliberating on something, bring up your ideas. You don't know if it is your own idea that will work. So don't hold back. Don't say, let me not talk, or I'm not the founder, or don't let me talk too much, or I should not do past myself. No. So you must learn to participate actively. We need you just as much as you need us. All right. Number 3 is teamwork and collaboration. That is, you work effectively with other volunteers and leaders to achieve set goals. So mostly for our projects, we call for volunteers, and when you volunteer, be willing to work. You are not there. You know, some people, they will be on the group, or they will not say anything, but on the day of the event, they are the one that will wear fine clothes, fine makeup, just to come and do what? To come and snap. Hello guys, we are here today to do International Day of the Getter. Somebody that did not say anything on the group, somebody that did not contribute anything, will be the one that will record video, that will tag you on Instagram. And I'm not saying this to shade anybody. I'm just saying that it is a collaborative effort. Everything that you see that is work. You see, when some people are not working, what it simply means is that some people are overworking. So work that we are supposed to distribute, we had this challenge with Ibadan last year. The team leaders were stressed out because the team members were not responding. Please don't volunteer. But it's not like we came to drag you in your house. You are the one by yourself that decided, you know what, I want to volunteer. I want to make an impact. So when you are there, be there, work effectively. Let your impact be known to achieve set goals. And then finally, it's a matter of the heart. It's a matter of the heart. Because trust me, if your heart is not in all of these things, it will just be another WhatsApp group to you. And I think that's what it is for many people. So I don't want this to be just another WhatsApp group that you belong to. You know those groups that you just see messages, you just select it, mark as read. that's the end of the group. No, I don't want this to be another WhatsApp group for you. I want it to be something that you really have your heart in. Like I said earlier, have the bigger picture in your mind. That when we are doing digital skills training, we are raising the next generation of Texas. That when we are doing financial literacy training, we are raising billionaires. We are telling them that, you know what, you can be rich. You don't have to end up by the roadside doing petty trading. That you can be more, that there can be more to your life. There can be more. So when you see it as an investment in people's life, it will drive your heart. It will drive your passion. So have a heart of service, a willingness to serve. We are all here to serve. We are not here to serve PLC Africa. We are here to serve the people that we are sent to, the girls, the women that we are going to impact. Those are the people we are going to serve. So when I say a heart of service, you are not coming to serve me. You are not coming to serve the organization. We are serving the society at large. We are serving people who, without this kind of opportunity, this opportunity can be the change that they need in their lives. This opportunity can be the change that they need in their lives. This opportunity can be what will make them say, you know what, I want to make better choices for myself. Do you understand? So have that heart of service and sacrifice. Sacrifice your time, your energy, and resources. Me, I like to send people errands. So let me confess. Like when we have projects, I can say, you can ask Fikayomi how many errands I've sent her this month. Oh, we want to buy packaging for our t-shirts. Oh, help me find out which venue can we use. Oh, help me find out what are the refreshments we are going to give people. If you don't have the art of sacrifice, it might look like, oh, why are they stressing me? Why are they bothering me? But when you have the big picture and you have the heart of service and sacrifice means that this is what is expected of you. But sacrifice will do this. We go above and beyond. Like this is the barest minimum that you can do. But when you have the art of sacrifice, then you will go ahead. What we did not send yourself, you will do because you understand what is at stake. So you must be willing to sacrifice time, sacrifice energy, sacrifice resources. Now look at this, with no immediate or material rewards involved. As I've said before, there is no backer, so to speak. There is no sponsorship. Most of what we do it from our own purse, from our own resources. So even if we are not paying you immediately, even if it seems like there's no material reward, we do not send you gift box to say employee of the year or volunteer of the year. Guess what? The reward is in the satisfaction. The reward is in the people's lives that we are changing. So you must have that at the back of your mind. All right. So number one, be committed to the mission. Understand that without you, we cannot do it alone. Number two, participate actively. Don't be a bench warmer. Don't just be a number among the crowd. Like when we are counting 100 people, you're sure part of the 100, but we don't know you. No, don't be that person. Number three, teamwork and collaboration. We are all here together to make the vision work. And then number four, have the heart of service and sacrifice. So this is a question for you. It says, together we can create a better world for women and girls. Together we can create a better world for women and girls. The question is, are you willing to join us on this ride? I need us to answer in the chat box. We can create a better world. We may not be able to change everything at once. We may not be able to go to the whole of Africa at once. But guess what? Those individual lives that we reach out to, those individual projects that we put together, those 50 girls that we bring together, 60 girls, 100 girls, 1,000 women that we bring together, it's a seed being sown. So I'm asking you tonight, together we are going to create a better world. Are you willing to join us on this ride? Are you willing to join us on this ride? Are you willing to join us on this ride? Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Now that we are all in, I want to encourage us to give it our best. Starting from this coming months, we are going to be putting out projects. We are going to start calling for IDGC. Please don't read our messages and ghost us. Please respond. When we come to your DMs, please respond and know that we are all in this together. And I know that God will help us. All right. Thank you very much. And we have come to the end of my presentation tonight. So I'm going to drop this link in the onboarding group so that everybody can join the general community. So the link is PLC Africa community. So I'll drop the link so that if you are not in the general WhatsApp group, you can join us. And you can find us on all social media platforms at Phenomenal Ladies Circle Africa. So right now I'm going to take questions for the next 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll call it a night. So please, if you have questions, now is the time to ask. If you have questions, now is the time to ask. And I believe we should have questions. We should have questions. So if you have questions, now is the time to ask. Or you have a comment, you have something to say, please unmute your mic and let's hear from you. I'm expecting our questions. So we have questions about the organization or about our plans for the year. We've talked about our events and projects. So if you need clarity on any of them, please feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. We are almost running out of time. We have 10 minutes left to end this call. All right, please go ahead. Femi, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. So from what I've gotten, Phenomenal Ladies Africa, yeah.
Yeah.
PLC Africa, yes, is a community that is intentional about girls' growth and women growth, yeah.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask, Ma, like, so who are our major audience? Is it like girls in secondary school, university, or like who are our major audience, and like what are we going to be doing for them? Like, are we going to be teaching them a tech skill? Are we going to be teaching them financial responsibility and all? So I wanted to gain clarity on that, Ma.
All right, fantastic. So if I don't know how soon you joined us, but I mentioned earlier, let me just quickly go back to that. I mentioned earlier our SDGs. So regarding target audience, now the target audience majorly depends on what the project is. So for example, our International Day of the Girl Child mostly focuses on secondary school girls. So in 2022, we had like a leadership and visionary program for them, just to teach them about thinking beyond now. So the project was called Girl of the Future. And then in 2023, we had digital skills training, entrepreneurship, project management, and all of that. And then last year as well, we had like diversity of projects. So I say all of that to say that our target audience depends on the focus of the projects per time. For example, in March, we were supposed to launch the ILERA project. ILERA project falls under SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. So in that case, we are going to be focusing on women. We're going to be focusing on women's health, right? So we are looking at breast cancer, we are looking at cervical cancer, we are looking at blood pressure, blood sugar test, and all of those. So like health awareness and advocacy, pregnancy and breastfeeding women. So all of the the project determines who we are reaching out to. But mostly for girls, we usually go to secondary schools. But for women, so the project, like I said, will determine. So we initially intended to reach out to market women. Like we have like an open air outreach. I don't want to say open air crusade, like an open air outreach for women in the market, where we would have like a testing booth, have medical doctors on ground to test, to conduct the test, give them recommendations and all of that. So I don't know if you are getting the picture, but like I said, the project determines the audience, but we know that we are reaching out mostly to secondary school girls for our girls trainings, digital skills, and all of that. All right, is that clear? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you very much, ma. Thank you so much.
All right, great. Do we have any other question before we call it a night? We have 5 minutes to go. Any other question? All right, if there is no question, I'll just give my final remarks. First of all, I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful, and I'm honored to welcome our new volunteers. Even the ones that did not join tonight, I believe that they will catch up on the replay some other time. And I also want to thank you for choosing to be a part of this vision, for choosing to walk this journey with us. I can tell you that on this call, we have people that have been a part of PLC Africa for over 5 years. Like from the very first day, we have people that have been there, that have been here for 3 years, for 2 years, even the ones that just joined today. Trust me, I celebrate and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I want you to know that there is so much that we can achieve together. It might seem little, but we are sowing seeds, and you never can tell how big the impact of those seeds, how far-reaching the impact will go. And I trust God to increase our capacity and help us to do more this year by the grace of God.